Welcome back. Today I'd like to continue our discussion on dysfunction and focus today on how, as a facilitator, can you deal with dysfunctional behavior that occurs in your workshop in spite of your best efforts to eliminate it. I will tell you, as a facilitator, it's very easy to either ignore it and hope it goes away, or to overpower it to shut it down. Because after all, as facilitators, we do have that power to shut down just about any discussion in a room. However, I'd like to suggest that both of those techniques can have unintended consequences. Sticking our heads in the sand and hoping behavior disappears usually is not effective, and it often gets worse over time. On the other hand, while we may be able to shut down bad behavior, if we do it too forcefully, we can also shut that person down for the rest of the meeting. I've seen both those situations happen. I've done both of those things. I'd like to suggest some more subtle ways to deal with dysfunctional behavior, with 3 examples of very common behaviors I see in meetings. The first one is where individuals are just checked out. You look around the room, you realize they're focused more on their iPhones or in a sidebar conversation than the main discussion at hand. Now, by starting your workshops with ground rules like be present, you can set a foundation. And I'd also suggest that using your physical presence can be a very effective way to deal with that particular dysfunction. By moving around the room early and often, when you see that kind of dysfunction happen, you can just walk around, stand near them, and continue the dialogue without even acknowledging what's going on. Usually, just your physical presence will be enough to shut that behavior down and get them back into the discussion. So we just saw how you as a facilitator can address some of the most common forms of dysfunction. In the next 2 videos, we'll show other common forms of dysfunction and other ways you can address them.